Hi everyone, Sarah here, and I am super excited to be doing my very first video blog for Internet Cafe Devotions. I do a ton of videos on my own personal blog, and the girls at the cafe were so sweet to let me share some thoughts via video with you because I just love doing it. I love talking, and so I'm glad to be here and checking in with you guys. I hope that you all have had a wonderful Merry Christmas celebration. By the time you watch this video, Christmas will be over. As you can see, I have my tree out, my little Christmas kitchen tree. And this is the only area in the house where I have just pink and girly colors and just super fun stuff. I'm a little outnumbered in my house, and so this is I'm still adding to the pinkness, but this is where I begin every year with my pink little girl tree in my kitchen. The reason why I wanted to just go ahead and leave the tree in the video, even though you'll be watching this way past Christmas, is because I thought I would talk about recalibrating resolutions, New Year's resolutions. Because after the Christmas decorations come down, after the celebrations are over, after we start the new year, many of us do New Year's resolutions. Now, personally, I'm not a huge list maker. I'm not a huge resolution maker. I never have been. I don't know if I maybe have some fear of failure. Maybe I'm just lazy. I don't know. But this past year in 2012, I had this theme more than a resolution. And this theme came from a Bible verse, which I'll read to you in just a minute. And it was a kind of checking in verse that kept me in check the whole year. Every decision I made, every decision my family made, every decision that career-wise, money-wise, how I spent my time was all checked against this one theme. It's a lot of like this wonderful movement of the one word for your year, but mine is more of a phrase and a concept. And so I thought I would share mine with you in hopes that we could talk about how to apply this kind of concept to resolutions. So I will share mine with you, and this comes for John 3:30, and it's a teeny tiny little verse in the book of John. I'm getting it on my Bible right now, and but it is so impactful. Just a few words, and it's so impactful. So just to give you some context here, John the Baptist, we all know John the Baptist, his one big job was to prepare the way for Jesus to come and he was ushering in Jesus in his ministry. He had this amazing job, and he took it so very seriously. And then John says to his disciples, this is verse, I'll just go ahead and start with John 3:29. The one who has the bride is the bridegroom. The friend of the bridegroom who stands and hears him rejoices greatly at the bridegroom's voice. So this is John referring to himself as the friend of the bridegroom, Jesus. And his one main joy is to praise Jesus and praise the bridegroom and rejoice greatly at his coming. Therefore, this joy of mine is now complete. And John 3:30, this next verse is really where my theme comes in. He must increase, but I must decrease. Jesus must increase, but I must decrease. And when I started studying this one little verse of, let's count it, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 words. Those 7 words impacted me greatly. So every decision I made, I said, okay, Lord, am I making you famous in my life? Am I decreasing my wants, my needs, my grand plans? Am I decreasing, and are you increasing in my life? So just an example of this, over the past year, my company had layoffs, and I made the decision to kind of walk away and take the severance package and move into what I felt God was calling me into ministry, working full-time and doing ministry at home and serving my family as well. And I had to really decrease in that because we literally took a financial decrease. But my main goal was to increase Jesus in my life, make him famous. So that kind of was that theme to help make that decision. So back to your New Year's resolutions. I encourage you, now that we're into January, to kind of take a look at your resolutions, your things that you'd like to accomplish this year, and pray through some Bible verses, or ask the Lord to reveal to you a concept. Maybe it's like the one word kind of concept that's so big, like I mentioned before, but a verse or some kind of phrase, something to check in that every resolution you do, everything that you try to accomplish this year bounces off of that one theme, that one resolution, and or that one concept. So, for example, if you're trying to lose weight, like most of us do the new year, making the Lord, living your life and losing that weight, it's one thing to do it just to do it for, physical reasons, to vanity reasons, whatever, we all do it. But I really believe that it's so much more meaningful when we do things like getting healthy, turning that concept around to say, okay, Lord, I want to lose weight because I want to be healthy, to glorify you better this year, to live my life to where I'm physically healthy, emotionally healthy, and I can do things to my best ability for you. Another way to recalibrate your New Year's resolutions, maybe you're trying to get organized for the year. And so instead of just checking the box to check the box to check the box, thinking about that resolution as a way, okay, Lord, I really need to organize my life so that I can live more intentionally. I can live to where I'm not so frazzled and running around like a wild woman all the time, so that I have more room and more margin in my life to enjoy others, to serve others, and most importantly, to enjoy your presence even more in my life. So I hope that you see what I mean with those two examples about recalibrating your resolutions, so that you think about how that your life and those resolutions will impact the way you make Jesus famous in your life. And I'd like to leave you, before I finish up, with Colossians 3, verse 1 through 4. And this is one of my most favorite verses as well. I guess all of these verses are my favorite. But Colossians 3, verse 1 through 4 is a great way also to determine if your mind and your heart are in the right places when doing life. So this says, if then you have been raised with Christ, seek things that are above, where Christ is seated at the right hand of God. Set your minds on things above, not on things that are on earth. For you have died, and your life is hidden with Christ in God. When Christ, who is your life, appears, then you also will appear with him in glory. I hope that you have a wonderful new year. I hope it's getting off to a great start. And I just encourage you to check in with those New Year's resolutions, check in with prayer before the Lord, and ask him to help you recalibrate, and ask him to help you to refocus your mind on things that are above, things that are everlasting, things that are kingdom minded, that we can best live our life for our own good, but also to make the Lord famous in our lives. Have a wonderful day wherever you are, and we'll see you next month here on the Internet Cafe. Bye.